Greetings entrepreneurs and welcome to Enterprise Cafe TV. Iain Scott, your business barista, your enterprise sommelier, spreading cheer and joy throughout the world of business. Of which we're now on to Management Mince Explained, or my Glasgow guide to straight talking understanding of business, as opposed to huge amounts of jargon and guff and junk that you get in all of these MBA type programs. Anyway, what we're going to look at today is, I had a group of hoteliers down for an enterprise journey tour for us recently, and I was really taken by one thing. I think it was about 10 of them. And one of the hoteliers, very distinguished hotel, the owner and person that runs it, came down in the morning and said, "Well, I had an interesting walk this morning." I said, "Well, where did you go?" And he said, "Well, I just went up and walked along all the corridors." And I went, and he said, "Very interesting. You walk the corridors and you find out the newspapers that are in front of people's rooms." And he said, "It gives you an indication of the kind of guest that's staying in the hotel." And he said, "Now this is an odd one because we had 4 males, 6 sons, 3 independents and 2 telegraphs, one particular phone," who said, "which tells me that we have a wide range of people staying at this hotel with a wide range of interest. Quite unusual." So I thought, that is actually a very good tip. And I went back to some of the management books, and what we're going to look at today is customer profiling. Now, what I've done with this is I've actually come up with a variation in this. Instead of customer profiling, I've actually asked you to ask yourself, who's in your car park? What do I mean by that? Picture the scene. You've got an office, your customers are coming to visit you. What kind of vehicle are they driving? What's the point to this? If you know the kind of car your customer is driving, you know something about your customer. Let's go back to the hotel. If you drive into a hotel and you find it full of BMW 5s, Jags, etc., you will know the level of spend that people are likely to be paying, what they're going to be like, their age group, their interests. A huge, well, it's a customer profile. It also means as well that if we go in and there's our car park and we've got in here BMW 5, nice wee Jag, and then we've got possibly a Ducati, you begin to get a clear picture. Now, I've used this test again and again in my workshops, and I've asked people who are running good established businesses to say, who's in the car park? And many of them cannot do it. If you can't answer that question, it means you don't really know who your customer actually is. Because what you need to do is get in, sorry about that, what you need to do is get in the mindset. If your customers are all BMW 5 types, it tells you something about them. If there were BMW 3s, you know they're kind of on the beginning of the ladder. The BMW 5 means they're further up the ladder and they like to show that off. That's what you need to know. So what you should do is actually go away and actually ask yourself another question. How much do I know about my customer? What do they read? How do they enjoy themselves? What are their interests? What do they like doing? Because once you've got that information, you are getting inside their head. It's quite clever, isn't it? You've got to get inside the customer head, because that's what it tells you all about. So let's go back to the car park. Just ask yourself, who's in there? The Ducati says this is somebody who likes to stand out from the crowd. What that then means is you should be able to do the next thing. You should be able to draw a picture of your customer. What they like, what they read, how they behave. Now, we did this exercise fairly recently, and one of the people that was on the programme serviced a lot of the Financial Services Authority. Let's go back. Financial Services Industry, not Financial Services Authority, sorry. What kind of cars did they drive? She didn't know. She came back, she said, well, actually, they were mostly quite expensive cars. There were a few Porsches in there as well, you know, all of that kind of stuff. What did that mean? She said, status is very important for these people. Ah. How do you, in your business, help your customers understand that you are worth dealing with? She'd never actually thought of it like that before. That's why a lot of businesses do sponsorship, because it sends a signal out to their customer that they are working with the right kind of people. You've got to spend time getting inside the head of your client. You've got to spend time finding out what motivates them, what they're about, and where they're going, because that also gives you, and this is why this is such a good thing. I actually said management min-6 customer profiling. If you know your customer, you can pick up trends. You know when things are going in and out. Let's go back to that car park. What kind of vehicle are they driving? One day it might be the BMW 5. The next it could be a Prius. Why? Because they want a swanky car that now says they're green, as opposed to an old, you know, well, they're not gas guzzling, they're lovely cars, but they say a certain thing, a BMW 5. So they've moved to the Prius. That tells you something. You should start shouting about your eco-credentials and your greenness. What's going to happen as well? BMW are going, oh, we're losing business to these kind of things. Let's green up the BMW. These are the kind of things that you should be following. If you can't decide and describe your customers with that kind of accuracy, then you've got a problem and you need to go and address it. So, leave you with the happy thought. Go away now, draw a picture of your customer and go, what do they read? What are they like? Or the easy one you can start with is to go, another box, who's in my car park? And if you don't know, find out, because it could be the death of your business. Oh, scary note, don't like that, so I'll leave it an upbeat. Once you've found out, you know more, and your business can adapt and move faster. Okay, bye. Before the bye, this is another wee bit. Somebody's just said, what if they take the bus? What are their eco-warriors? Hello? That tells you the kind of customer you've got as well. So would you go and drive up to an organic, cooperative, Whole Foods organisation in a complete gas guzzler, get out in a three-piece suit, flash your Rolex? I don't think so. Something is going to go badly wrong in that relationship because they are not your kind of people and you are certainly not their kind of people. That's what I mean by finding out who's in the car park. You gotta get it right. And you know what? One of the beauties of this thing is, if you are yourself and you know what you're about, other people will be attracted to you. We can sniff phonies out. So if you're an eco-warrior, say it. What will you get? Lots of eco-warriors. Make sure they've got the money to buy your stuff. But that's what we're really talking about. Be true to yourself as well. Okay? Oh, quite serious now. Bye.